everybody, it's Amanda and I'm coming to you with another 30 Inks 30 Days video. As you can see, we've added a friend to this lineup that we did not have before. This pen seems to write pretty dry, and I think I mentioned that in the video, but it wasn't writing very dry like while I was doing this writing sample. But as I've been using it today, I'm recording this the day before, so that's why I'm like referencing today. As I've been writing with it today, it seems like it's become drier and drier, and I've primed the feet a little bit. But this pen tends to write on the dry side. It's one of the few TWSBIs that I have that does write on the dry side. So I was just kind of trying to play with it. That's why the nib's all kind of messy. So I decided to throw a little bit of the ink in a different TWSBI. It's also a medium nib that I know writes fairly wetly, like most of my TWSBIs do. And I did a little bit of a writing sample. I wanted to see if the ink was a little darker than I was getting because of how dry the pen was writing. And I think the color is just that color. It's very pretty though. I also did go ahead and pull all of my cards that we've done so far. I'm not going to do comparisons in this video. I'm going to do a mid-month check-in where I kind of talk about all of the stuff that I've experienced with the inks that we've used so far, and I'm going to do comparisons there. I know lots of people are chomping at the bit for some Jack Frost comparisons. So we'll definitely be doing comparisons of everything through the 15th. That actually works a little better because my work schedule is going to be weird next week as well, so I'll be able to record on Thursday the 15th and then upload it later that day. So because I'm gonna have to work at work Monday through Wednesday, so I'll be back at home working Thursday. It's easier to do videos when I work from home because I can take a break real fast and make a video. I can take a lunch break whenever I want, make a video, and then go back to work. So that is coming, but I did want to go ahead and before we move on to the next ink, just show you the cards because I've been very bad about doing that. So here is our day one ink, our Rose Gold Antiqua. And then we have our Van Diemen's Tassie Seasons Huon Midwinter Festival. Gosh, I still love this one so much. Diamine, the Blue Collection, Jack Frost, which as you can see has some sheen and very subtle shimmer. Oh shoot, I forgot who it was in the comments. Somebody in the comments did confirm that they have this ink and use it all the time, and the shimmer is fairly subtle. It's kind of supposed to look a little bit like frost, so so like frost in the sunshine. So that is on purpose. I know there were a lot of us in the comments that only had samples and we weren't sure if it was just a bad sample or whatever, so I'm sorry. I'll put your name at the bottom here. And I have ink all over my hands. I'll put whoever left the comment. I'm sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll leave it. I'm like pointing at my phone like you can see. I'll leave it in the bottom as a header so they can get credit for confirming that. Here's our Diamine Shimmertastic Rock in Rio. I loved this one. I know I'm not really doing a report card right now, but I really loved this one. I don't know what, I'm gonna have to find out what the base color is of this. It's really pretty. Then we have Diamine Shimmertastic Electric Pink, another one that I loved. I can't believe how perfect of a match that was in my Prera. Vinta Inks Nakar, Mother of Pearl, Nakar 1934. I loved this ink. I loved it in my Falcon. I am really sad that I did not get to use it this much. I did not get to use the ink that much during the day that it was, so I confess that I've been cheating on my 30 inks and using this a little bit because it's really pretty and I love it. Then we have Jacques Herbin Emerald of Chavour. Another beautiful ink. My sheen on my card is like rusty, but in this on the actual like page, like in the actual writing, it's more red, and I think it is supposed to be more red, so it's kind of rusty here too, so I don't know why my sheen is rust and everybody else looks like it's red. Whatever. Then we have Colorverse Shiny Black. Woo! And then today's ink is Jacques Herbin Vert Antlet Teed. And it's really pretty. The shimmer is not like in your face like shiny black is, but it's just when it hits, it's perfect. I just love it so much. Now I'm noticing though that we're missing at least a color that I'm known for. We have no purples. We have no purples in here. Can you believe that? We have a gray, we have a black, we have some pinks. We have no purples. And we are not actually going to be changing that anytime soon, unfortunately. I'm proud of myself for not having a month full of purple shimmer inks, I have to say. But yeah, next week we're going to have to see some purples. I don't think I'm going to do a whole week of purples, but we're definitely going to be stepping it up in the purple department. So yes, so yeah, and there's some of those like yellowy greens I have some shimmers of, like Colorverse Brain, and then there's another one that I have that I really want to see in a pen. So yeah, so we've got some stuff coming. I also haven't used like a red shimmer, like a true red. We have these pinks, but no true red, and that orange. But yeah, so we're definitely missing some colors, some yellows. Yeah. Purple is definitely a very large hole. And how many? Leave a comment. How many of you are surprised that we haven't had more purples yet? Okay, so I have wasted, well, it's not a waste, but I have spent enough time going over these. As I do for 30 inks, I will be leaving these clipped like off to the side so we can reference them easy now that I have finally gotten my stuff together and grabbed them. This weekend, we're going to do a team of inks, however, and so I'm just going to... Ooh, I almost threw that. So yeah, so I'm just going to share with you right now what they are, and you can look forward to that. I know at least one person's looking forward to it, but I have two samples of Vinta inks. I have Vinta Julia and I have Vinta Julio. So Vinta Julio was a request, and Vinta Julia is a sample that I have had in my stash for like a year, courtesy of my bestie Creepy Nibs. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do the team of Julia y Julio. And yeah, so here's the cards just so you can see them. We're actually going to start with Julia because I've had it the longest, and Julia is in alphabetical order before Julio. So yeah, so we're going to start with Julia. And oh shoot, I meant to go look up the reference for these inks. It is after like I don't know if it's like a TV show or something that is known in where is Vinta from? Is it the Philippines? I'm like having a brain fart. I'm totally unprepared. I'm very sorry. Yeah, so when I do Julio's video, I'll give you some more information, but it is based off like kind of like a Punch and Judy sort of thing, I believe. So there is a team of inks, and yeah. And I didn't write the full name. Okay, let's just look it up right now since I have to get the full name. I mean, I don't have to get the full name, but I want to get the full name. So 1 second, let me go ahead and pull this up. Okay, we're back. So I have the information. We're going to go ahead and flip our pages, and while I'm doing this, I will talk about them. So Vinta inks, the full name of this ink is Pastel Pink, and then you know how they do the two names with in the brackets. Then it's Julia 1991 or Julia, but I'm gonna say I don't think I've ever heard people say Julio, so I think it's Julio. Julia and Julia, Julia and Julio. So yeah. So okay, let me go ahead and adjust so you can see what I'm doing. Inks, 30 days. So I'm using these inks on the weekend because I know that they're fairly light, and I don't know how good they'll be used during work. So yeah, so I'm doing these on the weekend because I can use whatever I want whenever I want to, but for my writing purposes, it's not going to matter on the weekend. This is day 10, and our ink is Vinta Inks Pastel Pink Julia 1991. And I did get the scoop on that. It is a TV show. It's a popular television show about two magical twins that went on air in 1991, so that's where the date comes from. And yeah, the original title was Twins of Destiny, and now I kind of want to watch it. So I don't know if you can find it. And I don't know if it's specific to the Philippines or not, which is where Vinta Inks is based. I was correct on that. Yeah, so, oh, I didn't write the pen. The pen is a TWSBI Go Clear, and the broad nib. I almost kind of wonder if it would have been better for me to use a finer nib on that. So if Count over at Creepy Nibs has done a video on this ink, and prior to them making the video, they really loved this ink, and then they kind of just didn't anymore. So I'm going to link their video so you can see their review about it, but one of the things that they mentioned is that it does look dirty, and if you're not looking at the shimmer like straight on to where you can actually like see it, like that, where it's like all gold and pretty, like it does look kind of dirty. And you can see it also kind of in the shimmer. Well, in the vial, it just looks like a lot of shimmer. But yeah, like on the page, if the light isn't hitting the glitter just right, it looks kind of dirty and disgusting. So anyway, whatever. Well, maybe not disgusting, but it looks dingy. Okay. I kind of wish I was using this in a different pen, but also I don't. It's really dry when I do the side strokes, and I don't know if that's the pen acting up or if that's just the ink. Yeah, let's try some Quick Brown Fox. And it could also be this paper. Sometimes my pens don't work with this paper so well. It's because it's coated. So, okay, so let's go ahead and do our splat on this paper. Splatty splat splats. How many of you have been practicing your splats? Do your homework. I had a comment about how it was funny that I just demonstrated how I did it, and well, people, like, there were multiple comments about how they were having issues with it, and why don't mine look that good? So okay, that was not even a good one at all. So see, even I have bad ones. I'm gonna suck some of that up though. There we go. I kind of like the ones that like just go all over the place more than the ones that like stick around. So yeah, so hopefully that'll be dry by the time we get, ooh, that's so pretty when the light hits it, but otherwise, like you said, it just looks dingy. Oh, but man, when the light hits it, it's so good. I do know that Vinta inks, the shimmer like wipes right off. Like you can see, like the shimmer, it sits on top, and especially this kind of paper, it's really coated. It's really easy to wipe off. So this is a shimmer ink that will get everywhere. So yeah. Actually, since I'm recording this like on a normal schedule and I'm not a day ahead, I'll show you a sneak peek of our Hobonichi calendar. I post the Hobonichi on Instagram. I usually post a picture of the full month at the end of the month, and then if I'm feeling generous in a video, I'll give you a sneak peek. But there hasn't been like a whole lot of transfer, except for this one, which is what I knew. This is the Huon Midwinter Festival, the Van Diemen's ink. When I shut the book, like the shimmer transfers to the next page. So this is also a shimmer that will get everywhere. I know from experience that shiny black also kind of gets everywhere, but yeah. So that's a sneak peek of our month so far. So that's exciting. But yeah, it wipes right off, but when I close it again, it'll just transfer again. So yeah, so anyway, let's go back. We're back to the facts. We're back to the facts today. Whoops. Okay. So today was fun. I was, again, I'm recording this on Friday the 9th. I was reading the ink journal email. I get it in my inbox every Friday, and it's fun to read. April. And some of our own 30 inkers have been given a shout out in their newsletter. So congratulations to Chris and to our very own Sarah Katie and Mary Hodges. And then also a shout out to Devin Liu, who I don't know that she watches my videos, but I watch some of her videos sometimes. And yeah, she's really great. So yeah, so that was cool to see. I'm like, oh, I know all those people in some form or fashion. So congratulations, everybody. Day 10. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Okay. Our ink. All of a sudden, it's very noisy outside, and I don't know what's happening. Vinta inks. Pastel. Pink. See, I can't tell if that's skipping or if the ink is just really light right there. 1991. And our pen is a TWSBI Go Clear with a broad nib. Okay. I wrote some of these facts out of order, so let me make sure I have them in the right order. Sorry for my work email. That's my email, not yours. 1858. Big Ben. 13.76 ton, and I'm gonna write the like European spelling. I'm not sure if it's European or British because I think it looks cool. Bell. Is recast at the Whitechapel Bell Foundry. Fun fact, I used to live near a foundry. Okay, so look at the feed. I just want to show you the feed. There's so much shimmer in that. Just in the fins right here. And then you can see it also in the feed. And I've been writing a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of shake it up. You could see when ink kind of gets stuck in these grooves up here, so I just kind of shake it up, and then it mostly goes away. Still a little bit there, but it'll also, like, as you use the pen and roll it around. Sorry, this is like really close for doing this. Okay. In 1912, unfortunately, we know what happened with that. Okay, and then another sad news. Oh, we got all kinds of sad facts today. Okay, like 2 out of the 3. 1970. Sad news that day. We have some famous birthdays. We have John Madden, which is interesting if you like football or also live near where I live, because I don't know if he's from here, but he lives here. So that's a local birthday. Day Daisy Ridley if you are a fan of the new version of Star Wars. Ray. This is a birthday that I would have been like super stoked about in like the early 2000s when I was like kind of an emo kid. Chris Caraba, aka Dashboard Confessional. I was like super into Dashboard Confessional back in the day. I like read about it in like Spin magazine or something like that. I think it was Spin. It was Spin or Rolling Stone. And yeah, I just like listened to the song and just fell in love with it, and like Screaming Infidelities, like screaming that like in my bedroom. I had a blog, and like I made like my entire blog design revolve around Dashboard Confessional. Man, I was so cool when I was like 18, 19, 20. And then Mandy Moore, who I like because her name is Amanda, but also if you watch This Is Us, she's also like, she was first famous for music and like all the pop stars, like with, you know, Britney and Christina and all that. Yeah, like This Is Us is one of my favorite shows. I haven't watched it at all this season, but it's one of my favorite shows, and she is amazing in it. So I've always kind of been I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of hers, but I've always like kind of kept tabs on what she's doing, especially like in acting stuff, because I don't know, she's not like the best actor ever, but I just like her. So yeah, so happy birthday to all of you fantastic people. Yeah, this seems really dark, but I know when I transfer it, it'll actually be like okay. So we're gonna go ahead and do some more splats. So this ink does a thing that like drives me freaking bonkers, and it happens with all of these like pale inks. It happens with Lady Rose. It happens with basically all these like really desaturated inks, as when it goes down and it's wet. If it has shimmer, you can kind of see it, but if it doesn't have shimmer, it just looks like it's like wet, and then it finally dries and then you can read it. But while it's wet, like you can't read it at all, and I'm like, I hate that. Let's see if I can move some of these around a little bit. You can also get a straw and like blow it, but I have a syringe that I can just pump air through, so why not? Yeah. So those are some cool spots, yo. But yeah, so it does that thing where it's wet and I can't read it, but then it dries and then it's legible. So while it's wet and I'm writing with it, I'm like, I hate this ink, I hate this ink, I hate this ink. And then it dries and it's super nice. So, yeah, so here's our, Maromon paper. This is again the Cosmo Airlight. I do put this in the description, but I don't think I've mentioned it in a video. I'm using a Maromon, I think I peeled, oh no, I didn't peel the sticker off. It's a little sketchbook. It's the Nemosine 185. Excuse me, I believe they have this in a ruled version and an unruled version, and for these purposes, I like the blank version. And then this is a Cosmo Airlight B6 slim size notebook that I got off Etsy. I think, I forget the seller's name, but it's B6 slim size and it's dot grid. This is the Cosmo Airlight paper 75 GSM, in case anybody's curious and doesn't read the description box. So yeah, so like I said, yeah, if the ink isn't shimmering, it does kind of look dirty. And I mentioned while it's wet and you can't read it, and I hate that. Like that, those are two things that I kind of don't really necessarily like about the ink. But I think the color, like the base color, is stunning and beautiful. I also am not a huge fan, and I'm going to ruin one of these spots right here. You could see that it has all the shimmer. I'm just going to go wipe one away and we'll see what happens. Okay, that like totally like, I was expecting it to just dull. I wasn't expecting it to leave a mark on the page, but it just like, yeah, that's my finger. More eyeshadow ink, y'all. So yeah, so very cool. So awesome. Oh, I forgot to write down that this sample, oh, now it's wet, so this is gonna be bad. Okay. Sample from And we love creepy nibs on this channel, so we're just gonna do a big heart and a sample. Whoops. Thank you, my dear account, for the ink sample. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow with Julio. Here's our card, since I'm prepared and have it here. You can see even on the card it looks dirty. I like the dual shadiness though. Like it's pink, but then there's like this little blue or purple halo around it. This is before I started doing all my scribbly things. I guess I could fix that though, so it's consistent. And then there we go. Cool. Hope you enjoyed this video. It seems like it's going to be a little longer than usual, so apologize for that. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me during the shimmery April. I feel like I should have called it like April showers bring May flowers. I don't know. April shimmers bring May, I don't know, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna get going, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Love you. Bye.